Ready for your own Amtrak adventure, but not sure whether to book a roomette, a bedroom, a family bedroom, a coach seat, or something else? In this video, I'll break it all down for you, share the pros and cons of each option, and if you stick around to the end, I'll even show you how much everything costs.
Booking travel on Amtrak can be overwhelming. There are so many different choices. Since booking my very first long-haul Amtrak experience less than a year ago, I've traveled in just about every one. I'm Jeb Brooks from greenergrass.com, and this is the definitive guide to Amtrak accommodations.
If you're like me, the Amtrak website can be confusing, and finding a clear description of what you'll get by booking a train trip is challenging, to say the least. When we decided to strike out on our very first Amtrak adventure, I didn't know a roomette from a superliner. And in this video, I'll do my best to break it all down in the way I wish I'd been able to find before I got on my first train. So if you're an Amtrak expert, I'd love for you to weigh in the comments below, but rest assured, this video is not for you. It's for the Amtrak newbies like me. First, it's important to keep in mind the difference between the cars Amtrak uses on their long-haul routes. The two primary types on the routes I'm pretty much highlighting in this video are viewliners and superliners. The easiest way to tell the difference is how tall they are. Viewliners are single-level cars. Superliners are 2 stories tall. Viewliners are found on the East Coast routes, and superliners are mostly out west. Now, of course, there are exceptions to these rules, but for the most part, that's the case. And with that out of the way, if you're ready to book your own Amtrak adventure, you first have to decide what kind of accommodation you'd like. Do you want a seat or a private room? Booking a seat is going to be less expensive, sometimes significantly less expensive, while a private room, as the name implies, means more privacy. Regardless of whether you book a seat or a private room, you'll get at least one plug, a comfortable place to sit back and watch the world go by, access to buy on-board food, the ability to sit in a lounge car on trains that have one, and Amtrak's promise to eventually deliver you wherever you're trying to go. With that out of the way, let's get into the details of the seats. Coach class features reclining seats with fold-down trays, individual reading lights, and 120-volt electric outlets at each seat. Regardless of which seat you book, it seems like there's always room for luggage on Amtrak. On superliners, you'll find coach seats upstairs and downstairs. If you're upstairs, you'll probably have better views downstairs, and you might feel less sway, and you're closer to the bathroom. Speaking of the bathrooms, I've found most of them here on Amtrak to be pretty clean, and this one was no exception. Let's talk pros and cons of the coach seat. Well, coach seat is the least expensive option, a clear pro, but it also delivers exactly 0 privacy, which is a real negative.
Don't miss signing up for Amtrak's Guest Rewards program. It's free and you can earn upgrades. Speaking of, let's take a look at rooms.
There are 5 categories of private rooms on Amtrak: roomettes, bedrooms, bedroom suites, family bedrooms, and accessible bedrooms. So let's break them all down. All private rooms on Amtrak include complimentary meals, lounge access at the major stations, priority boarding, a car attendant, towels, linens, and rather unfortunate pillows. You'll also have access to a dedicated shower and bathroom, which in some cases is in your room and in others is shared nearby, but we'll get into that. First, the roomettes. They're made up of 2 seats during the day, which convert into a bed at night. There's another upper bunk that can come down at night too.
Now, they say that a roomette is good for 2 people, but I found it to be a little bit small. So if you're going to share it with somebody, either know them really well or be really tiny.
Roomettes can fit 1 or 2 suitcases. That said, depending on your departure and destination points, it's possible to check your bags regardless of where you sit. It's also worth noting that on superliners, there's space downstairs to store your bags. You can even get to them while you're in transit. In other words, having space for bags in private rooms is nice, but not necessary. It's also worth reminding you that, at least as of this moment, there's a toilet inside the older Viewliner roomettes. There's also a shower in the car, which you'd share with other passengers. For some reason, roomettes on Superliners feel smaller to me, but have the advantage of not also serving as a toilet. You'll head down the hall for that. There are roomettes on both sides of the train, which means you could be staring across the hall at your neighbor. Here come the pros and cons for the roomette. Clearly, it's a massive step up from a coach seat in terms of privacy and comfort. Plus, you're getting every perk of the most expensive room on the train at the lowest price point. You're also sleeping in the direction of the train's movement, which makes for a gentler sleep. But you don't have access to your own bathroom.
Hey, leave me a comment below if you have other Amtrak questions. I'll do my best to answer them there, and if there are enough of them, maybe I'll make more videos like this.
A bedroom is about twice the size of a roomette and has space for up to 2 adults to sleep. There's a sofa and an armchair, and we found during the day as many as 4 grown guys could hang out in here very comfortably. At night, you're going to have an upper and a lower bunk. The bedrooms have a sink, a bathroom, and a shower all right here in the room, so you don't have to share that with anyone else. There's room for 1 or 2 suitcases. The bedroom has a clear downside. It's cost. And we'll go into that more in a bit. I'll reveal the cost at the end, but suffice it to say, a bedroom is often the most expensive option on Amtrak. That said, it's got massive upside. Your own bathroom and shower offer total privacy. You could literally walk into a bedroom and not see another person until you arrive at your destination. A bedroom suite combines 2 adjoining bedrooms, which naturally means double the space of a single bedroom, and you'll get 2 sinks and 2 bathrooms, of course. It's pretty nice if you're traveling with up to 4 adults and 3 or 4 suitcases.
Amtrak advertises it as the ultimate sleeping car experience, which is probably true, unless you're able to find a way to book a chartered private car, which could be pretty epic, but maybe we'll save that for another day.
I can't really speak to the pros and cons since I haven't traveled this way, but based on my experiences in Amtrak's bedrooms, it's probably pretty great. The family bedroom is built for families traveling with kids. It has 2 sofas that convert into 2 upper and 2 lower bunks. It can fit 2 adults and 2 kids with 2 or 3 suitcases. Now, the best feature of this type of room, in my opinion, is that it spans the width of the car, which means even though the windows are smaller than, say, a bedroom, you'll have views out both sides of the train. You will have to leave your family bedroom, however, to find a bathroom. It's down the hall. Despite being the biggest private room, there's no dedicated bathroom or shower in a family bedroom. The family bedroom's biggest downside is the fact that there's no bathroom in the room. You're still sharing a bathroom with everyone in your car who booked a roomette. In terms of positives, though, I'd say it's the fact that you've got views out both sides of the train, and also being guaranteed a spot downstairs means you'll experience reduced sway when you're trying to sleep. An accessible bedroom is designed for passengers with a disability and is located right by the entry level of the car. There's room for a wheelchair, and these rooms have a sofa during the day and an upper and lower bunk for sleeping at night. There's an in-room sink and restroom. A shared shower can be found nearby. These rooms fit up to 2 adults and 1 or 2 suitcases. I've never traveled in an accessible bedroom. If you have, leave a comment below and let us know the pluses and minuses. Can't wait to hear. What do you say we review the options on one screen? Okay, let's talk price. Now, I don't usually talk about it for one very simple reason. It's incredibly dynamic. What you might pay today can be very different from what somebody else will pay for the same thing tomorrow. Even the person sitting next to you might pay a different price than you. I could make a whole video about revenue management among airlines and Amtrak, but we'll save that for another day. Let's take a look at how the Amtrak website works and see what these accommodations might cost for some random date. Why don't we say the 20th of October on the Empire Builder from Chicago to Seattle. Looks like a coach seat is $150. And then if you click over here on the rooms, you can see a roomette is $767. It's kind of a funny price. The family bedroom costs $866. and a bedroom comes in at $1,259. Now, that's a pretty big difference, but it really is about what's best for you, what you'd prefer. So let me know in the comments, how do you prefer to travel?
Well, there you have it, the definitive guide to Amtrak accommodations. I'm looking forward to hearing what you prefer. Now, here's what you can know. No matter what you do on Amtrak, you're going to have unmatched views and an incredible experience that's unlike anything else. Between now and the next time, see you on the rails.